Good morning. My name is Scott Harper, president of the Greater Conroe, Lake Conroe Area Chamber of Commerce. I would like to welcome you to our show today, Mind Your Business, where your host, Cassandra Rosen, our Director of Membership Development, will sit down with our great chamber members and talk history, community involvement, and share some what's new info about their company or organization. I hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome to Mind Your Business, the monthly radio show where I, Angela Storeseth, Director of Program Development for the Greater Conroe, Lake Conroe Area Chamber of Commerce, interview chamber members to find out who they are, what they do, and what has made them successful in their business. This morning, we have Elizabeth and Paul with Oman Berry & Associates. How are y'all?
Real good, thank you. How are you doing?
Doing well. It's a little chilly outside today.
I know. It's a little warmer than it has been the past couple days, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot to wear my jacket, so Paul and I were freezing outside for a little bit. But so, welcome to the morning radio show. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're originally from, how long you guys both have been here.
Okay. My name is Paul, basically, and I'm from Utah originally.
Utah.
Started my career in Boston, then moved down here from there, kind of following work. So where the jobs and opportunities were. Have lived here since 2006 and decided to start my own firm, which we'll talk about a little bit more, in 2008. And so we've been part of the community and around for a little while now.
Oh, and so you're from Utah, so you're kind of used to this cold weather.
Yeah. The longer I stay down here, though, the thinner the blood gets and the less I can tolerate it. So.
Well, we're glad you got back to Texas. Or came to Texas. Elizabeth, what about you? Where are you from?
I'm from Minnesota, so yes, the blood is thinning out. I find that myself too. And I always tell my parents who still live up there, it's just a different kind of cold. It kind of gets in your bones. But I also have been down here since 2006. New to the area, though. My family and I have only lived up here in the area for the last about year and a half. So loving it up here. We came down from the Clear Lake area and just love it up here. A lot more country feel, a lot more friendly. And I've been with Oman Berry since last January, so coming up on a year.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
So what brought you to Texas from Minnesota?
Oh, family.
Okay.
Family. I wrapped up college and came back down here to be with family. So got back down to the area and raised the kids down this way, and last one's in junior in high school. We're almost done now, so.
Well, we're glad both of you guys are here because you guys made our community already in a better place with bringing your business here. So let's give me some history on Oman Berry & Associates. Paul, you're the Oman of the Oman Berry, correct?
That's right, the Oman of the Oman Berry. So we're a public accounting firm. We do taxes and consulting work, and we decided, Mark, my business partner, Mark Berry, and I, we came to the area. We both worked for a larger firm, and decided that it had just a little bit more of an impersonal feel, and we really wanted to be a firm that focused on our clients and took care of them, and really showed them that we care about their business and helping them to grow, and we wanted to bring a higher level of expertise that you gain working at a big public accounting firm down to what we felt like was an underserved market, where we could help smaller businesses with that higher level of service that would really help them to elevate their business. So that's kind of where we came from and what our desire has been. The other aspect, and I would say that they're almost equal in what we strive for, is we really strive to make an impact on the community, not just from a work perspective, but taking some of the dollars that we earn from for our services and put them back into the community.
Absolutely.
To help it to grow and to develop. And so that's why we're part of the chamber and why we support various causes around the community and the things that we can do to help the community grow.
Absolutely. So that kind of having a more intimate, I guess, relationship kind of with the smaller businesses versus the larger businesses. So did that kind of lead to the startup of the company, or is that why you guys decided to open it?
Yeah, and Mark and I, we worked on a lot of projects together, and we did quite a bit of traveling when we worked at the bigger firms. And so, we were sitting, I think, up in Dallas one night after, back at the hotel, obviously after a long day of, fighting accounting fires, right? And, we were talking about how more of our professional relationships were outside of our community. And, we started talking about how much we didn't really enjoy that. I knew more business professionals outside of the state of Texas than I knew inside the state of Texas, just because of the extensive travel and things that I had to do for work. And, we thought, we started talking and said, there has to be a market for this in our local community where we can help and we can work with business owners and help their businesses to grow and bring some of this, big company ideas and apply them to a small or medium-sized business. And we can help bigger businesses too in the area, but our real focus is trying to help smaller companies and medium-sized companies to really apply these concepts and to grow, help them come to the next level.
Absolutely. So what are some of the services that you provide?
Well, we provide tax services, which Elizabeth is our resident tax expert. So I'll let you kind of elaborate. I don't want to dominate the whole conversation. So
you're doing a great job. It's okay.
Take over and talk about some of our services.
Well, tax services definitely encompass kind of a whole range of services we offer. Not only tax return preparation, right, but tax consulting, tax planning, issues with the IRS that seem to spring up every now and then for pretty much everybody. Those are all items we can help with. We also help with kind of budgeting. We've helped our clients with preparing some budgeting and forecasts, some projections of income for whether it be project based. Maybe I'm adding a line or considering adding a line. What can I expect that to look like? Or gosh, what? I just want to know with what I'm doing right now, not really expanding, just normal growth. What am I going to look like in 5-10 years? So just kind of the whole gamut across the board. And of course, those are services provided not only for individuals, but their businesses as well. And we also handle trust and estate work too.
Okay.
So kind of the whole circuit. You have a family who has a business owned by the family, and as the wealth grows, they're planning for the estate and what's left over to future generations, and that's where the estate and trust planning comes in. So really a nice whole package that we are able to offer.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've kind of developed also a little bit of a niche with some of the, business transaction work. A lot of times business owners will come to us and say, I've developed this business over the last 25 years and it's my nest egg, it's my baby, and now it's time for me to transition it. Either to, some of them have, children that they want to transition it to, and some of them want to sell it outright to a third party and be able to retire. We can help them with that transaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the way from brokering the business or helping them to find a buyer for it and taking them to market, to figuring out the tax impacts of a sale. What does this look like? And also the tax impacts of a transfer of the business to the next generation, even if that is inside the family, the tax implications of it. And, we can help businesses with the ideas and business owners to find those ideas that they can use to comply with the IRS, but still be efficient in their tax planning.
Right. Yeah, absolutely smart. And so I know you guys are located in the Woodlands, correct?
Yes.
So what is your service area? Because I know you guys do a lot up here in the Greater Conroe area.
We cover a lot of Montgomery County. And I really love Conroe. We've supported the fair for the last several years, and the 4-H and FFA groups up here, and have just had a blast doing that. So and we find that we're spending more and more of our time up here, and very much enjoying it.
So you guys kind of cover anyone in Montgomery County, if they're wanting to use you, that they can.
Absolutely. North Harris County as well. I mean, and then we go east and west too. And, some contacts up in Huntsville as well. A lot of contacts out of state. I mean, it's really become, our practice has become very, I guess, global, because we have clients also who have international tax issues that we deal with. Yep. So it's really become, with the advent of all the online capabilities that there are now, it's really become very real to do business with people in England. In
So some of our client examples would be Russia, Norway.
Oh, wow.
France.
Ukraine.
Yep, the Ukraine, obviously Mexico, and and we also have some in other states like Chicago, or, Illinois. So, and Utah,
The East Coast.
and the East Coast, and we also have a client that has relationships that are Dutch. So we have quite a mix.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things that I really enjoy is seeing, and that's why part of the reason why I do what I do. I think Elizabeth would probably be somewhat the same. Is that we don't just see one type every day, same thing. We could be talking to someone from Russia one day, someone from Norway the next, someone from North Conroe the next. It doesn't matter, and everyone is unique. Everyone has their own issues and problems, but everyone also presents a unique opportunity for us to help and get to know them.
Absolutely. And so you kind of talked about it just even being more community oriented and how you moved from the larger accounting firm, but what sets you guys apart from other accountants in the area?
I'll take that one.
Talk about some of that.
I'll take that one. Well, I think really what sets us apart is just truly we want to be not just, okay, I'm talking to my accountant because it's tax time, right? We really want to be brought in as almost a member of the family, because that's how we see our relationships with our clients. Is it's more of a family-based kind of thing. We want to know when your kid is having a 16th birthday. We want to know when they're graduating from high school. We want to be involved in all the steps you take, not only with your family as they grow in your business and that kind of thing, but because we realize that so much of what accounting has become and what tax work has become, it's very relationship oriented. I mean, you're handing over your personal wealth information to someone that it's a trust issue. It's a relationship and trust issue, and that's something that we really pride ourselves on is showing time and again and developing that relationship with our clients, that we are that person, your trusted advisor when it comes to all things accounting and tax.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like I want you to be my accountant.
You're so sweet.
And we also try to be that for our clients, because many times and it's there's the joke about the outgoing accountant. How do you know if your accountant's outgoing? It's because he looks at your shoes when he talks to you. We try to break that mold somewhat, so that we're we try to mix the personal side with the accounting and the technical side. By doing that, we can provide better service, because a lot of times, the first thing on your mind when you're facing a business transaction, or you're a large customer comes in and you're going to grow your business, that one of the last things you think about is, okay, what am I going to have to do in taxes on this? And people don't realize the tax impacts of a lot of their everyday decisions. And not whether to decide to buy a cup of coffee or something, but some of the bigger things that happen on a yearly basis for a business. By being more involved, on a personal level with our clients, we can find those things just as a natural part of our conversation. And it doesn't feel like, an interrogation or an interview. And it doesn't feel so much like, here, just give me your shoebox at the end of the year. We want to be able to, to feel a part of that. We can provide better advice.
Absolutely.
And we can do a better job for our clients. And that's really what we want. And sometimes, I mean, one of our clients is a pre-kindergarten school. And our bookkeeper, Julie, she was able to help them because her husband was helping to build another school inside of a larger corporate office. Well, she had the idea. She knew her husband was doing it. She said, well, why don't I connect our client, because these guys are going to need somebody to manage that school. So we have connected them, and that's going really well. And they have decided to allow them, last I heard, to allow them to bid on the process. And so we've helped our client to expand his business.
Right. Yeah, that's incredible.
Not even related to anything that we saw, except for just being out there in the community and finding out about it. So
Absolutely.
Those are the kinds of things that we try to do for our clients, and for anyone really that we know and can try to help. That's what it's about.
That is. Well, we're going to take a break, but when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about getting involved with the community, and then also you guys giving some business advice to all of our listeners.
Great.
Hi, this is Erica Tullis, Executive Director of the Breast Cancer Charities of America. The Breast Cancer Charities of America is a national nonprofit organization with our headquarters in The Woodlands, Texas. We focus on non-invasive breast cancer research and helping the true patient that is going through breast cancer. Through our Help Now Fund, we help women pay the rent and utilities while going through their breast cancer treatment. It's unlike any other program that truly is out there. We are here to help the woman. Our phone number is 936-231-8460. For more information or to get involved or to even make a donation, please visit our website, www.igopink.org.
Hello, I'm Bonita DeRosa, Animal Control Officer for the City of Willis. We invite you to tune in to Lone Star Internet Radio every first and third Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. for the Willis Hour. On the first Thursday of the month, the Willis Hour will be covering upcoming events and news about the city. Join in the conversation with your city officials and other leaders in the community. On the third, we will be doing a recap of the last City Council meeting. The mission of the City of Willis is to provide high-quality services, accountability, and professional commitment to our citizens. We pledge to provide those who live, work, and visit our city an effective government that is open and responsive to the needs and values of the community. Again, we invite you to tune in on Lone Star Internet Radio every first and third Thursday of the month at 11 for the Willis Hour.
Welcome back to Mind Your Business, the monthly radio show where I, Angela Storeseth, Director of Program Development for the Greater Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce, interview chamber members to find out who they are, what they do, and what has made them successful in their business. We're back with Paul and Elizabeth with Oman, Berry & Associates. They were giving me some accounting advice during our break. But we are going to talk now kind of about, we've touched a lot on your community involvement. And I personally know, working at the Chamber of Commerce, doing all of our special events and fundraisers, that you guys definitely are, you volunteer. Elizabeth, you're coming on our board of directors next year. So we know that you guys are extremely involved in the community. So tell me, why do you feel it's important to be a part of the community?
Oh my goodness, that's such an easy one. The community is what keeps us in business. I mean, were it not for the folks and the businesses in this community, you know, we'd struggle a lot to maintain our business. So it's a cycle, right? So you give back. So you see it coming in and you see yourself prospering and you want others to do the same. So it's just a big circle. Right.
Well, and you know, living here, I've lived here since 2006, as I mentioned before, and we have 4 kids. My kids are young, and I'm trying to help I think, first of all, that Montgomery County, Conroe, and this area is amazing place to raise children. You know, I'm convinced that there are very few, if any, places better to do that, and I'm very interested in helping to keep it that way, and to help that concept to grow, and you know, and that sense of community and environment. And that's, you know, one of the biggest reasons, and one of the things that I'm thinking of when I get invited or asked, or you know, or opportunity to help out in the community. I'm thinking about my kids.
Absolutely.
And how, you know, and what's it going to look like for them, you know, as they go up through schools, and what's the environment, what can I do today that will help this be a better place for them tomorrow? You know, and their experience, I've seen them already start to appreciate it. And that, you know, that makes me want to continue.
Absolutely. So. That's wonderful. And so what organizations besides the Chamber are you guys a part of?
Well, we're part of the Chamber, and then our firm sponsored and started a buyers group for the fair.
Wonderful.
So
good.
We do that. My daughter is in 4-H. She's not old enough to be in the FFA
smart.
yet, but yeah, she really enjoys that. So we support the fair by buying animals. We raised about $15,000 last year.
That's incredible.
And spent that at the fair. both on the livestock and non-livestock, and had a blast. I love going to the auctions.
Yes.
It's my favorite part.
It is a lot of fun.
You know, so we've done that, and you know, I'm a member of the Montgomery County Beekeepers Association, so we meet over at the agricultural
I know.
extension.
I told them, have your EpiPens ready.
I know.
I have one in my purse.
Yeah. Well, and you know, it's a fun hobby, but the other thing is I do that to try to help my children too, because it teaches them entrepreneurial skills.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They get to see what it's like to run a little business. They take care, and we're just getting started in it. So we're not major honey producers yet, but you know, watch out, we're coming. So
I would like some honey once you start producing a lot. I would like
yeah. Well, and so we're just getting it off the ground, but my kids are so excited, and you know, they want to see how the economic cycle works. All the money, the investment that you make in everything to put it through a season, then harvesting and getting that. So I support the Beekeepers Association to help with that effort, and they do a lot for education. You know, on that side of things, the benefits of bees in the area. So that's, you know, kind of a little out there, but I'm an accountant, so I can be.
So you can.
It makes us definitely more interesting.
I have some creative license, you know, with that. But I'm also involved with the I sit on the board of directors for a charity down in Houston called American Recovery.
Okay.
They employ and help find jobs for people who have had prior addictions and have recovered from them. And also, and may have been incarcerated or at-risk youth. So, in fact, this Thursday I'll be attending a benefit dinner where they're awarding 8 scholarships, I think, to high school kids from around the Houston area. So they reach all the way down into Galveston, Houston. I haven't done anything up in Montgomery County yet, but I'm a strong advocate for that. So I sit on the board of the Economic Development Partnership in the Woodlands.
Yep.
So work with that. We're members of the Woodlands Chamber as well, and you know, we try to put our influence wherever we can to help out. We also sponsor other causes like the Crawfish Festival down in the Woodlands at
Old Town Spring.
Yeah, well, not in Old Town Spring. There's one that's for PH, pulmonary hypertension disorder. So you know, we sponsor that every year. And so we try. We have limited resources, just like everybody else, but we try to spread, you know, wherever we can to help. And we also love and support the Conroe Chamber, Lobster Fest, you know, Chairman's Ball coming up. We
The most incredible events in Montgomery County. Oh, who plans those?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, and you're also a class member of the LMC class of 2015, right?
That's right.
And I happen to be in that class with you, so I know how incredible our class is and how much you have been giving back to that organization as well, because it takes a lot of leaders. We do a big class project and everything, so that's also huge that you're doing that a part of your company.
You know, and one thing, I was able to join the Executive Women's Alliance this last year, which is an organization in the area, and they have a philanthropy called the Women of Vision. It's a program that they sponsor through the Conroe High School, and it's actually a 4-year program that helps at-risk women, young women, realize that there is something that can happen after graduation. Well, first that they can graduate, and that there's something that can happen after graduation aside from just going to work at a menial job.
Yeah.
They can enrich their lives through either a certification program at a 2-year college or a 4-year degree or some kind of additional education that they can attain after high school graduation. And just listening to, I had an opportunity to hear a couple of the young women who had gone through the program. They graduated last year from Conroe High School, and had an opportunity to listen to them speak about how much it meant to them and what the impact was on their life. It was just incredible. So something really cool that I'm able to be a part of and participate in. I'm excited.
Yeah, and they had a big event the other day, right? Women Who Rock out at the...
I believe so, yes.
Very fun. Okay, well, now... there's a lot of competition when it comes to accounting in the area. So how do you stay relevant and ahead of the curve?
Well, accountants have to do continuing professional education. So that's one of the things. We try to make that meaningful and relevant, and you know, and we encourage our employees and coworkers to go out and find things that they're interested in developing their skills, and bring them back to us. We sit down, we look at it, and we look together, and we ask, what are you going to get out of this? How does this better your skill set? And based off of those answers, they know when they come to us that that's a question we're going to ask. And so they look at it themselves first, and you know, we support that. You know, we send them to those conferences and events and things. We have had some very interesting ones. And then when they bring that back, we ask them, we have a bi-weekly meeting, firm-wide meeting, and we have our employees, we ask them to teach us what they learned. So they share what they've learned, and you know, we try to make that part of our culture, always learning. And you know, whenever there's a complex tax problem or something like that, or even a complex accounting problem, a lot of times we'll put our heads together, and it'll become a collaborative effort.
Round table.
If somebody doesn't know the answer, that way we all get better.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the ways that we try to learn together.
Well, and even just, it's interesting because when you come upon these projects that you have come up, or just your individual clients, whatever's going on in their life, it's incredible, you know, what you can learn and what you can share with everyone else in the firm just through the process of, you know, honing your skills on that, and reviewing and doing a little bit deeper research, and keeping up that way. But I think a lot of it too, I think staying relevant and you know, ahead of the curve there, I think a lot of it has to do with keeping your thumb on the pulse of what's going on in the community too, because it's not just your clients. There are things out there in the community going on that are going to impact your clients, and if you don't know about them and can't share them, well, then maybe you're not as relevant as you should be. So I think a lot of it too, in addition to the CP and the learning and instructional side, it's the staying on top of everything that's going on in the community, which is a challenge in and of itself. I mean, there's a lot of information out there, but it's a matter of getting it.
Absolutely. So we are, let me just ask another question for our viewers. If you had, because you guys have started this, you started this business, you came from a larger accounting firm, so you have a lot of experience starting your own business. So what piece of business advice do you feel is important for every business owner to know?
Well, the most important thing that I think, or one of the most important things, is just like in football or professional sports, most good coaches will tell you, stick to the fundamentals. You know, stick with your plan. Don't try to get too far away from that, and do the things that are important every day to do. Your marketing, your you know, don't let your accounting get out of date, and you know, do those things that are important and that got you there in the first place, and you'll be successful. You know, sometimes you get so involved just working down in the trenches that you forget to poke your head up and look around every once in a while and see what direction you're going. You know, so that's what I would say is, you know, use that to
absolutely
help you.
And if I could piggyback on that, will be to realize that it's okay to admit that maybe you need help with stuff sometimes, and to have in your arsenal a really good group of business advisors, which will include, you know, your attorney, your CPA, your financial person, and the more closely knit those business advisors are, not only to you but to one another, oh my gosh, the value add is just incredible.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
That is wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the radio show with us today. And if anyone ever wanted to get in touch with you, what do you guys have, a website, phone number?
Yes, we have all of the above. Our website is www.omanberry.com. Our phone number is 832-562-2000, and email info@omanberry.com.
There you
so
go.
It can be reached any of those ways.
Well, if anyone's looking for an accountant, you heard all about them this morning. We're going to take a break, and when we get back, we're going to speak with Carolyn, Wong, and Brenda Storeseth with the Crighton Theatre.
Hello, Montgomery County. I'm Rachel Baldwin with Special Olympics Texas Area 6. Are you a fan of courage? Are you a fan of determination? Are you a fan of acceptance, grace, and skill? Then you're already a fan of Special Olympics. Make it official. Volunteer, coach, and or compete and be a fan of dignity and acceptance. The dedication of our Special Olympics Texas volunteers provides mainstreaming experiences for athletes with intellectual disabilities. You will touch the heart of another person, and it will move you in a meaningful way that lifts the spirit. Please visit the Heart of East Texas Area 6 webpage at www.sotx.org. Also, like us on Facebook to be a fan and be part of Special Olympics Texas.
Hi, this is Joyce over at the Corner Pub in downtown Conroe. We're located across from the courthouse at 302 North Main. I just wanted to tell you that we are now carrying a large selection of craft beer, along with all your old favorites to quench your thirst. Our deli is featuring a new pub sub, loaded with bacon, roast beef, turkey, spicy mustard, lettuce, tomato, all on a warm sub bun. We're open weekdays 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., on Saturdays 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And as always, live music each evening for your listening pleasure.
I'm Andrea Kolsky.
And I'm Heather Hall.
You may have heard of Justice Being Blind.
But what about being blonde?
In our show, Justice is Blonde, we talk about what's going on in Montgomery County at the courthouse behind the scenes.
Hey, Andrea, don't forget about Harris County, too.
And honestly, Heather, nationwide, we cover it all.
Airing every Friday at 11 a.m., you can send in your burning questions to our email, justicesblonde.lonestar@gmail.com.
Or they can look us up on Facebook at Justice is Blonde.
Or they could even call in to the station at 936-647-3776. Although we are discussing the law, we're trying to keep it fun, and we have some awesome guests.
So tune in Friday for some legal fun, laughter, and an hour with the Blantourage.
Welcome back to Mind Your Business, the monthly radio show where I, Angela Storeseth, Director of Program Development for the Greater Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce, interview chamber members to find out who they are, what they do, and what has made them successful in their business. Right now, we are with Carolyn Wong and Brenda Storseth with Stage Right. They are a nonprofit organization and also the resident theater company at the historic Crighton Theatre. How are you guys this morning?
We're fine. We've had coffee. We're warmed up. We're fine.
Absolutely. And also, if no one caught on to the relation, Brenda Storseth is my mother. So good morning, Mom. So tell me a little bit, Carolyn and Brenda, about yourselves. Where you're originally from, what brought you to Conroe?
Well, I'm Carolyn, and originally I'm a Jersey girl, born and raised in the great state of New Jersey. But like the saying goes, I wasn't born in Texas, but I got here as fast as I could.
I like it.
I went to school at Texas A&M. Whoop! And I'm proud Texas A&M graduate. I have a degree in biochemistry and a master's in human nutrition. Met my husband Steve Wong at A&M and never left the state. So
Aggie love.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
and we came to Conroe in 2003 and started to get involved at the Crighton, and we formed Stage Right in 2008 with a bunch of friends of ours.
Oh, fun. Brenda, what about you? Where are you from? What brought you here to Conroe?
We are from, I actually am from North Dakota, so I'm a Yankee as well. And I moved to Colorado, and then that's where I got married and to your father. And since he is a pilot for, well, it was Continental, now it's United, we've traveled all over the world, really, and settled here in Texas in 2000, mainly for our daughters who wanted to live a normal life.
And thank you for that.
Yes.
She mentioned us from North Dakota. I am not from North Dakota. I am from Texas. Thank you. Well, we are so glad that both of you guys got here to Conroe because you guys both have done tremendous things here in the community. And Carolyn, now were you one of the founders for Stage Right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit give us the history of Stage Right.
Okay. Well, Stage Right was formed in the fall of 2008 as the resident theater company at the Crighton Theatre when the former resident group left to become the resident group over at the Owen Theatre, our friends, the Players Theater Company. That unfortunately, though, left the Crighton without any form of steady income. So, as I said before, a group of friends of ours, my husband, were around my dining room table many nights and said, well, in true Mickey Rooney fashion, we said, let's put on a show. So we formed a theater company and put on a show in December of 2008, Christmas Bells. And we kept going. We're now in our 7th season.
That's incredible.
Theater, yeah.
Absolutely. And so now, Brenda, you're a director there, correct?
Yes, I'm one of the
Okay,
directors.
so, and now, Carolyn, I've seen a lot of shows with you in them.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you guys tell me a little bit of history on your theater? What got you guys both involved in theater?
Oh, my. I've been involved in theater more years than I care to recall on the radio since I was a little kid. And I acted in high school and so on. I didn't in college. If I wanted to pass my courses, it was a good idea I not get involved. Theater is it's an addiction. And once you get involved in it, and then you're not in a show or not involved, you just get this need to audition and get
Fear
back
withdrawals.
into. Yes, you go through withdrawal. So while I didn't study theater and get a degree in it, I have studied a great deal, taken lots of classes and workshops and so on in theater, been in a number of plays, both here in Conroe and other theaters in Houston and up in Dallas and
Absolutely. Well, you're very good. Every show I've seen you in, you have a very natural knack about it. So, Brenda, what about you? What got you? I know I hear you've been a theater teacher for the past 30 years.
I actually was an English teacher, and my minor was theater. And so in North Dakota, if you had a job as an English teacher, you automatically had to do the plays. And so that came in very handy. But when we moved here, I became a full-time theater teacher. And so that's what I
Well, I'll just take the time and brag about you a little bit. So you were a theater teacher at Montgomery, and they do this competition called One Act Play. It's a UIL. And I believe you won first place how many years in a row?
5.
5, yeah.
Whoa.
Very impressive.
And that's why Brenda Storeseth is one of our directors at Stage Right.
So let's talk about a little bit about the upcoming play. I know you guys are doing a Christmas show.
Yes.
Tell me about that, what it's called, and where we're at on it.
It is the best Christmas pageant ever, and Brenda is directing, so I think it'd be best for her to tell you about it.
We're hoping it's the best Christmas pageant ever, as the title says. We have been working on it since the end of September, and we have a stellar cast. We have such talented young children, as young as 6 and as old as 15. And there's a total of 41 cast members. And with crew, it came to 57. So we have quite a large cast. There's singing in it. It's basically the Christmas story from the Bible, and it's about the Herdmans, the worst kids in the whole school, and how they have basically sabotaged or taken over the Christmas pageant at Sunday school. And they found out about Sunday school because one of the main characters, named Charlie, is being bullied by Leroy, one of the Herdmans, and he brags that that's okay, you can have my lunch and my dessert because I get all the desserts I want at Sunday school. And so that's what triggered the Herdmans to come to Sunday school. And they'd never heard the Christmas story before, so it's really this beautiful heartwarming story about how they come to know the story and how they actually take up for Jesus and Mary and Joseph and say, I can't believe that this King Herod wants to kill the baby Jesus. And so they try to rewrite the script.
Oh, wow.
And it becomes this very chaotic, crazy mess of just fun.
Yeah.
But actually at the end it's just very beautiful because one of the other main characters, Imogene, realizes suddenly who Mary is and her role in playing Mary and who Jesus really is.
Absolutely.
And it's just a the finale is hopefully going to be fabulously beautiful.
Yeah, Brenda has planned something special to involve the entire audience
yes.
in the finale of the show. So we won't want to give it away,
No.
but they will see it when they come. They will be part of it when they come.
Well, if I know my mom's work, I know it's going to be an incredible show. And now, Carolyn, are you in the play?
No, I'm producing the
Oh,
play.
okay.
Yeah, so whatever Brenda needs, I get. For
Anybody
Brenda.
gets sick, any more sickness happens, she may be in the play.
I was going to say, I love coming, though, and seeing, oh, my goodness, I really do. I love watching you act. When you come to our breakfast in the morning and you stand up and give a commercial, I feel like I'm watching this well put together play in like 5 seconds. I mean, you really are.
Well, I'm a
phenomenal,
ham.
The first show I ever
You're
saw,
a ham.
the first show that I ever saw her in was Carol Burnett. The
Yes.
Carol Burnett
Oh.
show.
Yes, she's so good.
It was
well,
so
thank
funny, and which is one of my favorite.
Well, thank you. Well, I am in the next one. I can tell you about the one after our Christmas show.
Absolutely. I want to hear more about it. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to hear about the next show and then a little bit more about the organization and give some advice to our viewers.
Do you believe what happened on Nashville last week? Hi, this is Debbie Reynolds of Nash Trash on Lone Star Country Nights. Be sure to join Wayne Michaels and I Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on irlonestar.com for a recap. Will they? Won't they? Did they? So many questions, so much drama. Stay trashy, my friends.
Hi, this is Joyce over at the Corner Pub in downtown Conroe. We're located across from the courthouse at 302 North Main. I just wanted to tell you that we are now carrying a large selection of craft beer, along with all your old favorites to quench your thirst. Our deli is featuring a new pub sub, loaded with bacon, roast beef, turkey, spicy mustard, lettuce, tomato, all on a warm sub bun. We're open weekdays 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., on Saturdays 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And as always, live music each evening for your listening pleasure.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today, so remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on League Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org, that's Junque, for more information and store hours.
Welcome back to Mind Your Business, the monthly radio show where I, Angela Storeseth, Director of Program Development for the Greater Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce, interview chamber members to find out who they are, what they do, and what has made them successful. And we're back with Carolyn and Brenda with Stage Right. Now, Carolyn, you were telling us that you're not in this show, you're producing it, but there's a show that you're coming up. Tell us what's the schedule looking like for 2015?
The schedule is exciting because, in fact, just last night, we cast our next show after Best Christmas Pageant Ever, and our next show is Singing in the Rain.
Ooh.
And we have the most incredible cast. I'm tap dancing, rain on stage. It is one that you don't want to miss. It runs February 13th through March 1st. So get your tickets now. Don't be left out in the rain. I get to play Dora Bailey, who is the gossip columnist in the show. So I get to kind of start the show off, and it'll be so much fun. Manny Cafeo is directing, and Manny has directed many shows at the Crighton, and so we are glad to have him back directing. So
absolutely.
That's in February. In April, we're doing a very wonderful play, Texas playwright Horton Foote's classic, The Trip to Bountiful. It was a movie back in the late 80s, an Academy Award-winning movie. And it's about an elderly woman who's living with her son and her very controlling daughter-in-law in Houston, and she just wants to go home to her home in Bountiful, Texas. And it's a beautiful piece. Anyone from Texas or that loves Texas like I do will really enjoy this play. We will finish our season in July with everyone's favorite ogre, Shrek.
Oh, how fun.
Yes. So, and then we start a whole nother season in September.
Mm-hmm.
And our board just approved that. I could tell. We're going to start with On Golden Pond in September of 2015. We're going to next Christmas. This time we'll be doing Christmas Bells, which is the very first show that Stage Right ever did. It's a Jones Hope Wooten comedy. So for those that saw Dixie Swim Club or the Red Velvet Cake War, written by the same trio, very funny. It's a hilarious. Again, it's a church Christmas pageant that just goes all to pieces. And but in the end, everyone remembers, what this holiday is all about, what Christmas is all about. February, we're doing Cole Porter musical Kiss Me Kate. So we'll be casting that this time next year. Then in April, back by popular demand, we're doing Always Patsy Cline. A lot of people have asked us, please bring that back. So we're going to do that in April. 2016.
2016, whoa.
And then we've closed that season out with Legally Blonde musical. Yep.
Well, that sounds like we have a lot of exciting shows coming up here at the Crighton Theatre in downtown Conroe. Now, let's talk a little bit. I know during the break we briefly were speaking about Stage Right, community involvement. Now, Stage Right gives back to the community, but also we have a lot of people who give back to Stage Right just because it does so many wonderful things here for us in the community, especially after listening to all the names of the plays. It's a very family-oriented place. So
yes.
Can you tell us maybe how to get involved with Stage Right and the Crighton Theatre, and then also talk to us a little bit about how you give back to the community?
Sure. Well, Stage Right, we are all about supporting the historic Crighton Theatre. That is the reason why we formed. That is the reason behind everything that we do. We have a treasure here in downtown Conroe, and that treasure turned 80 years old this year.
Wow.
She's an old gal. We love her. But she does need a lot of financial support. So by supporting us as the resident theater company, folks will help the theater. The Crighton Theatre is currently in the process of trying to get money for renovation work, much needed renovation work at the theater. They want to expand the lobby. They want to put more than just one bathroom downstairs, which I know will be a wonderful addition and much needed. There's so much that they want to do. They can contact the Crighton Theatre to give directly to the Crighton Theatre by calling the box office 936-441-7469 and talking with Jim Bingham. He's the executive director of the Crighton Theatre Foundation. To contact us, to give to us, go to our website, which is stage-right.org. We have a donate button if you'd like to do that. But we really need people. We need people to help us. It takes a lot of people. Brenda had said, you've got 41 people in this show, and with a cast, it's 56 people involved. We're always looking for people to help us on stage, backstage, to help us usher, to sell concessions. There's a wealth of opportunity. The best way to get involved with us is to attend our auditions. Even if you don't want to get on stage, meet the director, fill out a form, say, hey, I want to help. I don't know what I can do. I've never done this before, but I want to give this a try. We hope and we think that people do feel very welcome when they come through the doors of the Crighton and find a home with us there. So in terms of giving back to the community, since our very first show, Stage Right has highlighted a need in the community and then thrown a spotlight on an organization that helps fill that need. Our very first show, we collected toys for the Marines Toys for Tots program. This year at the Christmas show, the Salvation Army is our spotlight organization. We're going to be collecting personal care items for senior citizens. Senior citizens this time of year are often neglected. Many times it's, Christmas is kids. It's all about kids. So we wanted to give something to our more seasoned citizens. So if people come to Best Christmas Pageant Ever, bring slippers, bring socks, bring shampoos, soaps, shaving needs, things that a senior can use and sometimes do without because they can't afford them. So with the Salvation Army, we'll be collecting those items. We've brought the food bank and the women's center and all sorts of groups in, and they'll be in the lobby giving out information, and you can submit donations directly to them, or just get involved with that organization with whatever spotlight we have for that show.
Absolutely. Well, that sounds like you guys do a lot for the area, and I know that just having plays is great to giving back to the community because it gives families something to do around here. And of course, like you said, it is just a beautiful gem here in our downtown Conroe area. So now, can you give advice to, I know you guys probably don't want other organizations starting up other play companies, but maybe you do, but do you have any advice for people who maybe are interested in to start acting, to take acting classes, or organizations that they could probably maybe be involved with or start?
Well, we're fortunate that here in Conroe, Conroe has 2 theaters and 2 theater companies. There is always something going on in Conroe, and my best advice to anyone that has maybe an inkling is go for it, and show up at auditions, and like I said, express your interest in doing something. We have classes for kids. Our theater art school Bravo company. So if there are young kids, age 5 to 18, they express any interest at all in being on stage, performing. Doing theater as a kid is an invaluable opportunity. I was a very shy kid, and theater was what brought me out of my shell. I'm still a shy person.
I don't believe
but
it.
No, yeah. but theater can teach a child how to get on stage, how to present themselves in front of people, can teach them public speaking skills. It teaches them to work as a team. A team puts a show together. It is invaluable experience for kids to get involved in theater. So if they want information about Bravo Company, our performing arts school, go to our website, stage-right.org, and look for Bravo Company.
Absolutely, and I completely agree with you on that. My mom being a theater teacher, I was forced to do everything, and gosh, I'm such a shy person.
That was never true.
But it really does teach kids so much. I would definitely encourage families, if you have small children, or if you are, just like you said, have that kind of inkling, to definitely get involved, especially with all the beautiful theaters that we do have here in downtown Conroe. So I want to thank you guys both for coming onto this show. If you guys are interested in buying tickets, go to Stage Right.
Right, stage-right.org, or call the Crighton box office, 936-441-7469.
Or 441-SHOW.
Show.
There you go. Well, next time on Mind Your Business, thank you for listening in today.